Hey everyone, today I would like to show you how I make my easy low carb or keto pumpkin pie. I make this several times a year, not only for Thanksgiving and Christmas, but usually, when the pumpkin spice thing starts hitting me in the fall, I'll make one as well because it's really easy and fast to make. You can make it anytime. You don't have to wait for a special occasion. I do want to quickly address why keto? Why not, hey, it's Thanksgiving, it's Christmas, why not just have a regular pumpkin pie? Well, I and many other people use keto therapeutically. As you may know from watching some of my videos, I am a type 2 diabetic and I control my diabetes 100% through diet. And keto has saved my life in a lot of different ways. It put my autoimmune disease into remission. I lost all kinds of weight. Of course, my diabetes went into remission and a host of other things. So if I go on Thanksgiving and eat a regular pumpkin pie, not only am I going to feel just gross, but I'm sort of upping my chances. It's going to spike my blood sugar, and that can take time to come back down depending upon what else I might be eating as well. It just isn't worth it to me. I don't want my autoimmune disease back. So if you're like me and you just want to feel better, maybe you have a disease that you are putting into remission through low carb eating, then this recipe is for you. So all you need is a regular 10-inch pie plate, some kind of fat. I like to use coconut oil. This is just strictly so that the pie doesn't stick to the pie plate, but you can use butter, whatever you like. Then you've got, of course, your pumpkin puree, which can be store-bought or homemade. Either one is fine. I'm using about the equivalent of 1 can, which is about 15 ounces. I've got a little bit of pumpkin pie spice. I've got heavy cream. I have eggs. And then I have my sweetener. Briefly, let's talk about sweeteners. You can use whatever kind of sweetener you like for this recipe. I happen to use erythritol. I wish I could do stevia or monk fruit, but my body does not like either one of those. I'm intolerant to stevia, and monk fruit kind of makes me feel ill. So, it's not the perfect sweetener, but it's pretty close. I use erythritol that is made from pears. It's very important to me to have the stuff that's made from pears. If it's made from corn, even if they're GMO free, I don't feel as great after eating it. So this is what I use. If you're familiar with low carb or keto cooking, you can adjust accordingly, but most sweeteners you're going to use the same amount. So to start, all that we have to do is grease the pan. So I'm just going to get in all the nooks and crannies really well so that the pie does not stick to the pan. This is a crustless pumpkin pie, and I do that on purpose because crust was never really my thing, and it's not worth the carbs to me. I'd rather have my carbs come from veggies. So if you wanted to, you could put a pie crust in here. There are lots of recipes for low carb or keto pie crusts all over the internet. Usually they're made with either almond flour or coconut flour. I just choose not to. Okay, so I can set this aside. Now, here's my pumpkin puree. Again, this is 15 ounces. And I'm going to add a cup of heavy cream, or heavy whipping cream, it's usually called in the grocery store. Okay. And I'm going to add my sweetener, which I've already measured out. It's 2/3 of a cup is what I use. I've been keto for a while now, about 3 years, so I don't like things super sweet. If you like things sweeter, then you're probably going to want to use a little bit more sweetener. And then 3 eggs. And finally, last, you're going to put in your pumpkin pie spice. And now we just mix it together. can use a mixer for this if you like, but it's not really necessary. And just like with a regular pumpkin pie, I'm going to kind of tip the bowl and make sure you get everything down on the bottom there. See, there's some egg or some pumpkin probably, actually. Tends to cling to the bottom. Okay, now I'm just going to pour it in my pie plate. See how simple that was? And now I'm just going to put this in my oven, which is preheated to 350 degrees, and that is going to bake for about an hour. Oh, I'm letting you see inside my dirty oven. See you in an hour. And here it is. Yummy goodness. Pumpkin pie. All right, there you have it. An easy, delicious pumpkin pie that you can have anytime. If you have any questions, please leave a comment, and I will also in the description put a link to my website where you can see and print out the recipe. I'll also leave a link for my sweetener if you would like to give that a try. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I do. See you next time. Bye-bye.